Hi, hello. I'm back. Welcome to the new schedule. Oh boy. You don't know what to deal with OBS here. Hello, everybody who's joining me today. I see Hedgecat and I see Real Dharma. Oh my gosh. OBS crashed like 3 to 4 times right before the start of the stream, which is ridiculous. I don't understand. Why would it do that to me? Why? 5 a.m. Wow. It's either I catch you really early or really late. But you know, this is a time slot that works best for me. It's the one with the least amount of interference from everything that happens. You need to go to school at 5:30. 8 a.m. here. Well, even if you have to like leave, glad that you're able to join me at least. You're only here to say hi. You won't stay. You don't want to sound rude, but you're not going to sacrifice my sleep for this. But who knows? It's okay. It's okay. We're all changing around the new year, aren't we? Especially me, because my streaming schedule has been cut short. I can only do about 3 days in a row. So it's, in case you guys haven't known, it's Tuesday to Thursday from 4 p.m. to about 6 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, it's 9 p.m. But that's late for you. 9 p.m. would be late for a student, huh? Just wait until you're an adult and you wish you could go to sleep at 9 p.m. You sleep so early. I go to bed at like 10 p.m. Surprise. Man, did I ever go to bed that early? I think when I went to school, I went to bed. Oh yeah, I also went to bed at 9 p.m. Interesting. Go to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning. That's not really good. Ugh. I mean, let's see. Well, nowadays I go to bed at 10 and I wake up at 6. And that's still a sufficient amount of sleep for me. I would rather go to bed at 9:30 p.m. so that when I wake up at 6, it's not a big deal. But I am pretty good at bouncing back, so it's no big deal. Yeah, Dharma schedule's the worst. Goes to bed at 2, wakes up at 4. Oof, that's like no, I don't want to say it. I don't want to put that in the ether. I'm not gonna say anything about that, but you really should fix your sleep schedule. It's pretty bad. Because if I say it out loud, I feel like I'm gonna put it out in the ether. The universe will make it so. I don't want to put out negativity in the new year, especially on my first day back. So what I'm doing here, well, actually, hold on. I think my microphone level is fine. Yesterday it wasn't fine. I was doing a small test yesterday. My microphone level was not very good. Couldn't even hear myself, but it seems to be all right here. I don't think the music is drowning me out. I'm just gonna leave. You already have a mental break. Have a good day, Al. Relax. You shouldn't be anxious this early in the morning. You should really fix your sleep schedule, Doberman. So, I think I've idled enough time. I'm basically testing OBS patience right now. I'm drawing the 2025 is the year of the snake, so I'll be drawing Eunectus. I forget which type of snake she is. She's a type of boa constrictor? Is she a boa constrictor? I actually don't know. I don't think she's an anaconda. I've I don't remember much about my jungle snakes, but I'm drawing Eunectus here because I'm doing a mishmash of study and just practical drawing. Or I should rather say practical study, essentially saying I'm taking what I've learned and put it into practice. Practical study, essentially. I just finished watching a lesson, well, rather a demo, on how to draw this pose and how to lay in the shadows. However, I'm going to do something a bit different. For one thing, I'm going to dress this character. And another thing, I don't know if I want to use the same lighting. Maybe I should, just for the heck of it, just for the heck of the study. I'll bring that back. Let's see, when do I want to put in the value? Yes, I do have it open, but the reference woman is he weighs a bit more than Eunectus. Eunectus is petite, quote unquote petite in comparison. So I'm gonna put clothes on this girl, essentially. Because I'm doing a theme, since it's the year of the snake, she's gonna be wearing a backless dress that's somewhat shedding off of her. I already established the gesture and the structure. I've exaggerated some parts just for the sake of the character. And we're gonna clothe her. I'm gonna say you've been up since 1:30 a.m. Oh, why? You think about skipping school? You mean you can skip school? Leader teacher allows it. What do you call a teacher that has the highest position? A teacher with the highest position would be a professor. I think if you're having trouble with the stream, refresh the stream. YouTube has been really strange about live streams lately. It's been happening for the better part of this week and last week, and I believe the week before. Streaming on YouTube has been a bit iffy. So if there's any lag or buffering, just refresh the stream. Dress. Start the lumbar section for not sure how flexible I want to make this. It's fine now. YouTube's really problematic. Yeah, it's been happening to the other YouTubers who also live streams. So they just say just refresh it. Sometimes they also lose their stream because of YouTube being funny. I don't know what they did in the latter half of last year, but it's been affecting everybody. Also, I want to admit, this is the first drawing I've done since since I took off last year. Oof. Am I having memory problems, or did you gain 20 subscribers? Did I gain subscribers? I haven't looked at my studio in a bit. You can't see my subscribers. 20. I don't think I gained 20. I've gained, on the last 28 days, I've gained 4. Let me check out my... Actually, you're right. I did gain some subscribers. What was it? I think it's about like... It couldn't have been that much. I don't think it was... I didn't think I gained 20. It would be more accurate to say that I gained about 13. Wait. I think I had 122 before I left for vacation. So yeah, I did gain some subscribers. I put some out. I put like a few shorts before I left. I don't really know how well they didn't really perform very well because it was December. Or maybe I was just absent. I don't know how it works. Excuse me. Can't wait for 200 subscribers. What would I even do around that time? I don't know how to celebrate. Because I believe... What was the threshold that YouTube said? I had to gain 500 subscribers and have 10,000 watch hours for them to like notice me. Notice me, YouTube senpai. Because right now they don't really care. They're helping me out. Don't get me wrong, but they're not helping me out that much. Granted, they're helping me out better than Twitch, whatever, because Twitch doesn't know how to promote smaller YouTubers. YouTube, I demand you to make her recognized by everyone. One day. I'll get there. Slow and steady wins the race, after all. Because, you know, when you think about it, the problem with going viral is that as fast as you gain it is as fast as you lose it. Which, it sucks, but it's true. It's the reason why it's called 15 minutes of fame. Just over. You know what? I should, like, properly do these wrinkles. Because I'm not doing this justice. Yeah, whenever I draw things like clothing or hair, I don't want to blend in with my original sketch, because then I lose track of where everything is. So I just switch to a different color, just so I see where everything's going. I've done this even well before I started streaming. I should have done it with the hair, but the hair's kind of clear to me. Also, the hair's not even on a separate layer, so it doesn't even matter at this point. So if you're a digital artist, I would recommend you do that. Just have a new layer and draw with a different color. What was I doing? Yeah, I need to like define this part right here. It's being scrunched up. That's actually helpful in digital, but you're traditional. Well, I would recommend whenever you're drawing traditionally, you would draw lightly. That way you don't, you know, what's the phrase? Don't carve in a line you don't want to have existing. So you have to, let's say, draw it lightly, like so, like this, to a point where you can see it, but it's not too egregious. That way, when you erase it, it's not a big deal. Because if what what I know about paper is that it can scar very easily, especially newsprint. That's why my instructor always says to draw everything very lightly, and then when you're confirming everything, you put in everything, put the contrast in, put everything in a deep color. You draw light, but if you mess up, you can just easily erase it. Yes, exactly. Unless you're ready to hard commit, always draw lightly. I believe that's one of the frustrations of a traditional artist, that they have to figure that out on their own instead of just being told, just do lightly stupid. I'm not I'm not like teasing like that, but it's just like an obvious solution to an obvious problem. There are 3 people watching, but no one else is commenting, eh? That's the thing about lurkers. They don't know what to say. Yeah, it happens to most streamers, don't they? Like, they have viewers, but they don't. They have more lurkers than commenters, chatters. Excuse me. Wait, I'm going AFK for a bit. All right. You imagine that a mod regularly chatting might be slightly off-putting. I mean, is it though? I don't think so. I once saw. This is a little strange considering that it's YouTube. I once saw a streamer have multiple mods in the chat, and the reason why there were mods is because they were the highest supporters. So they were just like a whole chat, like with like what seemingly was like 10 moderators. So there's too many wrenches in the chat. I thought that was strange, but I think that's just the person just misunderstanding the point of the wrench. So it's probably like a newbie streamer, like just not understanding how it works. Also, there's a language barrier there. There's an implication that if a mod's present, people might feel like they have to behave and can't relax and talk to the streamer. And then there's people who are just emboldened by a mod and just would like to antagonize them. There's also the inverse of that. So there's people who are afraid to chat, and then there's people who are like, ooh, a mod, let's troll to see how fast I can get banned. Which is, like, ridiculous. I'm not like a ban hammer type of gal. So that's not gonna always work. This is your second account. Your phone died. Welcome back. I think it's pretty funny that you had to do that. So, are you on? Oh, you couldn't find the charger, so you want your laptop. Why? Why would you want to watch a stream on your phone? Is it just easier? Because I imagine that chatting in the phone would be a bit more difficult. Okay. But that means you mic it twice. You don't know phone is just like everything. It's easy to do. I suppose so. I tried watching a stream on my phone. I didn't find it very pleasant. Mostly because when you bring up the keyboard, the entire stream, the visual part of it just disappears momentarily. I was very annoyed by that. It's the same with the tablet, even though it's a larger screen. So I'm just like, I'd just rather just watch it on my computer. Let's see. Make these straps a bit more breathable. The thing is, my reference isn't very helpful because of the way the dress is cut. The straps on the reference I'm looking at actually tie around the back of the neck, and that's not going to help me here because I'd rather have the straps be around the shoulders. I can't seem to find one that goes around the shoulders at the moment. That's back there. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Also, haven't quite decided on how long I want the dress to be. Yeah. I've been thinking about making a fursuit for some time. That's expensive. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just thinking like, geez, that's gonna be expensive. I know fursuits, they're an extreme luxury. I don't know much about fursuits, but the technology that goes into them, especially personal ones, is a lot. It's actually very impressive, which is why they're quite pricey. I think they have to be pricier than a live 2D model rigging and modeling. Model build, excuse me. Also, roughly 200? I think I've go up more. I guess it depends on what you're putting into it. If you don't care about... What country are you again? South Africa? I'm in the US. I think fursuits are very Yeah, the fursuit can range between 3,200 to $3,900 US. It's not 70. Hold on, I'm gonna drop a pricing guide here in the US. Here's the number. They can even be more expensive than that. And this is a full suit. And, um, the character can be, I guess, yeah, you convert your my money to so your senior country will cost. Ooh, okay. Okay. So it would be cheaper to go to your country, get a fursuit, and then come back to my country. That would be interesting, actually. I bet some people would do that. They would travel to a different country to get a custom job like that. I mean, people do the same thing for what was it? Hair plugs and plastic surgery. Maybe even dental work is cheaper in different countries as well. So yeah, that would make sense. Yes, it's cheaper to do that. Yeah, just the head and the. Oh, you're doing the paws and the head. Okay, I guess that's fine. But I thought you were doing like a full body thing, because that's the more expensive part. Ooh, have you seen the Oh my gosh, this was on Twitter. Unfortunately, I forgot the name. This was, I think this was 2 years ago. Someone made an Anubis-like head that animates. Like its jaw can actually open when you talk. What's the name of that guy who made it? I know it's yeah. That's understandable. Getting a full suit would be too hard for someone of your age, but this is why um this is why fursuits are typically an adult hobby because of how expensive they can be. Oh, I guess the head I was thinking about is more of a robotic head. Um, I'm still within the realm of like costuming, so don't worry about the weirdos on Twitter. Because that's what fursuits are. It's just as a costume. Uh, I can't remember. Maybe it was a. You have a rich friend and they got a full body suit. So, like, why does it? Um, Unfortunately, the bad furry thing stems from those few bad apples that ruin it for everybody. I remember people don't like furries because how they can trash hotel rooms when they visit for a convention, and that's the reason why they don't like them. It's the unfortunately it's the role that they play where they think that they're actual animals and they think that it's okay for them to trash a room, but that's not an excuse. this is why like good furries such as yourself and other people have to be very wary about how they behave and not give off this idea of like, oh, I'm not as bad as the rest of them, and we're not like them. The the stories that you hear about bad furries are just like only a handful, and yet people want to paint the entire community with a broad stroke, which is unfair. Very unfair, actually, because they're not like that. They're actually like really cool people. They're very nice. They're very kind. They're very respectful. Some of them are even really shy, surprisingly. So to just paint them all as a broad stroke, like, oh, you're all terrible. It's not cool. Person you can think of as a real animal is called a Therian, I guess. A Therian? Oh, you mean like from well, I've only heard that from Zenless Zone Zero. But yeah, they may not like some community, but I still do respect them. Some on the other hand just demand attention and try to make everything about them. Oh yeah, there's those who have the unfortunate disease of main character syndrome. I think I want to pull this one down. Yeah, like there are people like what Hedgehog mentioned, and that goes into their whole role play, which gets very annoying, especially when they're out in public. Like sometimes it's not about that. Am I doing this wrong? And there's some people like that in any fan base. Oh yes, there's always those special characters in fan bases. This is once again, this is why I'm a fan of things and not part of the fan base because as much as it pains me to not be able to talk to people about certain things, it kind of like sucks because you don't want to be associated with those highly eccentric types who take it too far. And I don't know, I don't have those type of dopamine hits that these people have. So I don't quite understand them and their logic, but then again, I think they're just illogical to begin with. So it doesn't really matter. You can't reason with people who don't want to be reasoned with. I'm gonna fix this sign. Good news, mom allowed you to skip school. Oh, you said yes? Congratulations. Um, yeah, regarding the fan base, like, there is a specific eccentric type that I don't want to say I despise them or I loathe them or I hate them, but I want to stay as far away from them as far as possible because uh they are so eccentric in their fan base. They want to make whatever fiction they write to be true. Whether and they're not always shippers because this was a problem before the whole shipping became epidemic in fan base. But you know what I mean. Those people who just like want their headcanon to be so true. But in this new day and age where writers are easily, I don't know, easily, not attainable. You can easily reach out to them that they essentially get their way in some stupid way where it ruins the story. I believe this is why the second season of Arcane got ruined. Uh, because of the not Arcane. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Star Wars, the final movie, which is awful. You don't understand. Make their fiction true. Yeah, so let's take Star Wars as a example. Final movie. Uh, so the new fans really wanted Ren and Kylo to be a couple so much that it basically harassed the directors and the writers to make it come true. And lo and behold, they got those two characters to kiss, even though they were mortal enemies. He wanted to kill her. He wanted her to join the side. It just didn't make any sense character-wise, so they had to just straight up ignore objectives, basic story writing, just to make this strange pairing come true. And it didn't work. It flopped. Flopped really hard because people hated that. If a character dies and they try to forcefully make the character alive again, I guess no, that's something different. Sometimes that's the author just doing whatever the heck they want. That sometimes that has nothing to do with the fan base. But what I described is definitely what happens. I think there are very few cases where a character does die because the writer wants them to. But then the fans are like, no, 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 I really like that character, bring it back, and sometimes the author is like, maybe I should to appease my audience, but the story would be functionally ruined if I did that. But then again, there are just gonna be writers who will do that anyway, like in Kingdom Hearts story where several characters were just killed off, and yet they came back in the end, and it doesn't matter. It essentially didn't matter. It made no sense. You had these characters who had these very poignant deaths in Kingdom Hearts, and yet they come back in the end, and it's like their sacrifice didn't matter. So it's like, why am I invested in this story if you're just going to do that? That's what's frustrating about being invested in someone's story if you're just not gonna, you're just gonna do things like that. I think I should be a little bit more bold with this. So you should her tail really close up here. I'm gonna be a little bit bold here. I'm sure if this will work. Cut. Let's make the dress a bit lower because of this weird stain. So it just loops right underneath it. I don't know if this was a good choice. Now that I think about it. You've read this Korean comic, so the author basically writes a character dead and forever will, but the reader didn't like that and started to do the death threats? Ooh. And that's really scary. Listen, I'm sorry when people get attached to a character, but the author they planned their story well into advance, so to be upset that your character died, well, sorry, it just happened. You're gonna have to live with that. You can't just, like, you can't do things like that just to get your way. In fact, that's a surefire way to just get the story to end. Yeah, exactly. Needs a hiatus. The author needs a hiatus. Yep. Now the story's on hold because of death threats. So stupid. Ugh. Focus on shoes now. Oh, yeah, that's also a surefire way to like suck the fun out of a project. Just trying to impose your will onto the author to the point where the author's work isn't represented, it's the fans' work now. And it's just nonsensical thinking. I mean, half of the community are sending her death threats, while the other half are defending her. Goodness knows I second guess my own project without other people chiming in and tell me what to do. Exactly. It used to be that I didn't finish projects because of the whole second guessing, but now when you get to a point where people are like depending on your work, essentially like, uh-oh, will the audience like this? Will they approve of this? And as we've demonstrated, the answer to that is not always yes. But if you have a stance on your principles, you should pursue them. You shouldn't let like some salty stand get in the way of things. If they don't like it, then they can write their own fan fiction, as they would anyway. The hell? Hells? Hells? You mean heels? Yes, I'm drawing heels. I'm drawing high heel shoes. Although I don't know how tall I want them to be. Maybe not too tall, because Inactus is a tall girl. Well, in terms of snakes, I suppose she's a big girl. But I don't know if I want to make this longer. But, yeah. Like I said, like, even if, like, you catch flack from your audience, still just do it. Just finish your work. Pursue your work. Take the breaks that you need. Don't be, however, don't be like George R. R. Martin and take the infinite breaks and just not finish anything. But just hold firm on your ideals and your principles and just finish your story the way you wrote it. Yeah, there's gonna be some people who are gonna come along and be like, I didn't like it. Like, oh well, you didn't. You came here, you got invested, and I thank you. But you can't sit here and like demand things while threatening my life. That's that's not how things work. I believe that's also what happened to certain actors. Even they also got death threats because of the horrible writing in the shows and the movie that they starred in. That's always been wild to me. Like, why would you attack them? It wasn't their decision. They just participated in that. You know nothing about heels. Can tall heel make it hard to walk? Well, yes. If the heel is around, I say 3 inches, but how big is that? So if the heel is taller than 7.5 centimeters, it becomes more difficult to walk in. Um, Essentially, like, you're risking your balance when they get that high. Not to mention the amount of pressure you're putting on your knees when you walk in high heels. People don't understand that the pounds per pressure being exerted on heels is very large, considering the amount of surface area they cover. So I learned this in high school. So what that means is that um, the less surface area the foot hits, the more the knees are going to hurt. This is why wearing sneakers are much more comfortable, because you're essentially hitting a surface with a flat, whole surface. Meanwhile, the high heel, you're only touching this part and this part to the ground. And that's why it hurts. Another reason why high heels hurt is because the spiked heel is usually pushed all the way back of the heel. If you want the heels to be more comfortable, this part should be directly underneath the pad of the heel. Those are the most comfortable high heel shoes. And I don't know why I'm saying this. Maybe I want a pair myself, but that's something you want to think about if you want to dress a character in high heel shoes. If your character values comfort while she wants style, make a heel that goes directly in the middle. If your character wants more style rather than practicality, push the heel all the way to the back like I did. Although now that I think about it, maybe I should do a stem heel. That's what it's called, a stem heel. A heel that goes directly from the middle, but I'm not going to do that. Eunectus is a girl who likes to walk around barefoot anyway, so it doesn't really matter to her. You walk with your toes like you always walk, like you have heels. That's interesting. You are bouncing a lot on your toes, but that's not really good for your knees. You need to engage your whole foot to engage your calves fully. Your calves need the full muscle engagement. You have to have your heel hit the ground when you walk, as was designed. I believe that's something I used to do when I was a kid as well. I used to walk on my toes a lot. Well, not toes. I used to walk on the balls of my feet. I think that's what you're doing. Um, it wasn't intentional. It's just a strange habit I just developed. Um, I don't quite remember why I did that. Then I learned that I had a teacher who also did the same thing. She also walked on her tippy toes, even though she wore flats. And I also saw boys did it too. I'm like, why do they walk like that? I don't. You don't know why, but if you walk normally, it will hurt easily. That's because you're not used to walking on your heel. Once you walk on your heel and your toes, it won't hurt as much. You've gotten used to using the front part of your foot, that the back of your foot has become sensitive. So you have to work your way back up to that. This foot. I like that. You're likely to trip if you walk normally instead. Hmm. Well, if you say so, but eventually when you get older, someone's gonna point out, "Hey, why do you walk like that?" I don't know if insecurity is gonna get you to change your habit, but it sure helped with me. I think even my doctor said you should walk. Let's see. Why does it hurt when you only walk on your toes? It shortens your Achilles tendon. It can cause, I know it can cause muscular dystrophy, which is the weakening of your muscles. Sensory processing issues. Ooh, not to mention what? Why would it be linked to autism? Cerebral palsy. I don't understand that. Maybe. Go back. Let's talk about fursuits again. The heel looks weird, but don't the pointy thing has to be bigger. Oh, yeah, I did make it a bit bigger. Because I want it to be longer. That's why I made it bigger. Also, I drew a line here. I don't think you saw it, but I drew a line here so I know that it has to match the front of the foot. It has to be aligned with it. I know her her toes are kind of bent in this position, but it still has to align with the front of her foot. I wonder what these shoes do for. Slip on in the back. Maybe. I don't know how to feel about lace up. This looks like a lace up. Oh man. Yeah, I'll go with it. That looks weird. You don't know what kind of animal my fursuit is going to be like. You would like for them to match up with different animals, but not look too weird or no. So you want the paws and the head to be an ambiguous animal so that it can be mixed and matched. So I would recommend a animal head that has short ears. I believe short ears is pretty common in the animal kingdom. You also want the paws to be not too detailed. I'm not sure what color they're going to be. Yeah, now that I think about it, there are a lot of animals with short ears rather than long ones. Extremely foreshortened. Does feline and canine match together or no? Well, yes. In a way they do. What was that cat called? The Scottish feline can be mistaken for a dog, considering it has floppy ears. And certain dog breeds can be mistaken for a cat. Surprisingly, the Shiba Inu does have cat-like behaviors, despite being a dog. And then there are certain cats who have certain dog-like behaviors. So they can be interchangeable as long as their ears are about roughly the same size and the same height. This does not work. I wonder if I should just leave the shoe. Maybe a snow leopard and a wolf. Maybe they both match. What kind of wolf? What kind of wolf has ears that short? I guess a Somoid would have a set of ears. It is a breed, in a way. Subspecies of wolf. I need another picture. This is looking a little funky. Yeah, the way someone's posing is somewhat similar to okay. This works. problem is I can't print it down. Hmm. I used to draw a lot of furry designs, but all of them are a lot weird. Huh. I never really drew furries at all, except for this one time where I needed some practice. So I was like, you know what? I'll draw a furry just for whatever. I believe I drew a cougar. I drew something. I forgot the name of it. It's a cross between a dog and a shark. That was actually pretty interesting to draw, and I really like the way that turned out. There was also... I drew another dog. I think I drew a bear. There's a lot of dogs that I drew just for practice. And people tend to stick with that because of the snout of the animal is the most appealing. Oh. Oh, Sergal. That's what it's called. Sergal. Welcome to the stream, messed up brain spike. Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah, so these are the things I've drawn before. Also, I've drawn Mountain. That was pretty fun to draw as well. So, like, even though it's not something I would normally do, getting out of my comfort zone was actually surprisingly helpful because it forced me to look at things and try to understand it better. I used to draw a lot of circles too. How did someone invent that, actually? I would never assume to combine a shark and a dog together. How did people reach that? This is... Furries are surprisingly easy to draw. Oh, me anyway. But detailing them would be a lot more difficult. Because I'm not good at drawing. Virgos are a pretty old fantasy race. Well, the thing is, I'm not in the furry community, so I wouldn't know. So even if it was a old fantasy race, that's a fantasy that I just found out about like a few years back when I first drew one. And I've seen, I don't want to say run of the mill, but standard furries such as like I said, like cougars, cats, dogs. I've seen lizards. What else is there? Oh, lizards are called scalies. They're not really furries. Very few birds. Very few birds. I've never seen those crosses between a tholastic type of creature and a mammal. Oh, wait. Wasn't there like a furry that combines something with an orca? Or am I just imagining that? I don't remember. Spending a lot of time not drawing. Pretty bad. This is why I started this off stream. I try to draw a giraffe and ant matched up. What? Like, what? Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, since Doberman, since you're here, I have an actual question. Do were animals count as furry? By which I mean, werewolves, cats. Do they count as furry? I remember when you first saw Circles, but it was at least 16 plus years ago. Oh. Mm. Wow. Guess what? We get an ant with a really, really long neck. Oh, that's just a weird monster. I suppose that does work though, doesn't it? It would be interesting if the really long necked ant, its neck was segmented too, kind of like a pokey. No, not a pokey. Sorry, like a millipede. What do I think pokey? I think I was thinking about Super Mario. Eh. I recall they had something of a sordid reputation, though. I don't think the original creator of the race used them for anything pleasant. There's probably a reason why one appears in weird hunger. You don't understand what Katz is saying. He's saying the race of Cirgles or not. They were not pleasant. Sordid reputation means that they were known for being vile and filthy. They're despised, basically. Because, Circle... Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's fair. Because sharks are actually, they're actually pretty chill. Sharks are not as bad as people say they are, or think they are. They're on the level of bees, where they just will attack when hungry and will attack when messed with. Which makes sense to me. So, excuse me. Circles were not, by the creator? Yeah, the creator of the race didn't kind of viewed them as bad as, essentially monsters in their fantasy. mean and they're nasty. That's essentially what sorted means. What is this point? Let's get this right. Because I'm really screwing up this control. Especially with the foreshortening. Actually be right here. Shape. What do you think of a lumpy ear? Like it can bend. You mean like how a Doberman's ears can bend? I actually like those type of ears. I think they're very cute. The loppy ear animals are very cute. Whether it's a rabbit, whether it's a dog, or even a cat. I find those ears, they're pretty adorable. Although I don't know how it affects the animal. I mean, not like a real animal, not like a furry. But there's a reason why lop-eared rabbits are really popular with the camel mimis, animal ear folks, myself included. I'm done with this actually. I'm gonna add more stuff. Yeah, her name is Cream the Rabbit. True. I keep forgetting about her. I think even Sega forgets about her. Even though she's kind of an OP character. How long should it be? Because right now it's kind of folded underneath her. I kind of want to spill over on this of their chair. Nothing going on in this. I don't want to like. I don't want to ruin my composition here, but I still want to fill each space with something. Obviously, the most well-known lop-eared rabbit. Get out of town. Oh yeah, I just realized it's a new year, and thus I have to like keep telling myself it's 2025. I was considering changing my avatar, just like doing a new avatar, make it different. I'm not solidified in that decision yet, mostly because I've gotten accustomed to this one because it's very cute. But I also don't know how I want the next one to look. Orangey rabbit? Yes, Cream the rabbit from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. That's what we're talking about. But right now I'm talking about my avatar. It is a bunny. A while ago, last year, I was redesigning an avatar change for this one, for the new year. But I had to put it on hold because of all the things that happened last year. So now I'm thinking if I even want to go back and look at it and see if I actually want to change anything. The one thing, having a new avatar would be a means of practicing, I guess, chibi characters in a way and animal ears and such. But my avatar is essentially my channel's mascot, and changing it too much would be discouraging, to say the least. So this is why I shelved the idea. Maybe making some changes would be fine, but I don't know if I want to make a major change to her. So it's just something I'm considering at the moment. We got draw a great brief. Why does the cloth look like that? Why is it that? Is it? It's well. I want it to be part of the dress. The thing is, I need to make it look correct. Because I'm trying to make. Well, right now before I even drew that, her dress looked kind of short, and I don't want it to look short. So I wanted part of the dress to be hanging off the side of the chair. I also want to make it look right. Do I even have that book anymore? No, I don't. Maybe this is something I have to figure out offline. Works for me. You're welcome. I know there are. Oh gosh, English. I know there are characters who wear backless dresses and they are very short, and I don't want to go that way. Uh, because, well, I know that the reason they're drawn like that is the very attractive, but the character is my character right here. Eunectus is already attractive. At least I think so. Hence why I don't want to overdo it. That's why I want her dress to be longer. Oh yeah, folds. I just want to to make this more realistic because I plan on coloring her for the new year. That's my goal for this year, to essentially finish my work so that I have something to post on social media. Like, don't get me wrong, sketches are nice, but I really should buckle down and actually put in some coloring. I was learning value last year, but I wasn't able to put that into practice. Except in that one picture that was like, I feel like it took so long to do. Just search the photo, it's very revealing. Father would say no if the mother wears it. I hope you didn't search, oh, I don't want to say it because then you look for it. But it's a character from Azure Lane, that's all I want to say. That name alone should tell you what time is it? Oh, only 5:30. Okay. It's. I was just a little confused because it's winter here and it's dark really soon. It just looks like it's later than it actually is. Maybe I should. Wish your computer had no. Aw. Wait, there's another duck. You need more revealing? Yes. This is why I don't want to say the name of the character, because then you go looking for her. She's not naked, but the way the dress drapes over her body, she might as well be naked. That's how I'm gonna describe her. The dress comes very close to showing everything. Even though it's not see-through. It's very sparkly though. Yep, this year is the year I'm gonna focus on drapery. These pinch and folds are just so weak. Very weak. Is it like the mermaid in whatever cartoon it is? Oh, no, it's not like the Little Mermaid. So what's that movie called? Have you ever seen the movie Tarzan? Disney's Tarzan. Is it Disney? Yes, Disney. Um, that guy has a cloth that only covers the bottom of his body. Think about that, but bigger and for the whole torso. That's what that girl is wearing. The girl I'm describing. Thing is, the Little Mermaid, well, she's a mermaid. Half her body is fish, so you can't really fault her for that. But the character I'm talking about, she looks like a human. Even though she's technically not a human, it's weird. It's a weird game. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. And the straps of her dress are very thin. So yeah, that's why I think that it's almost as if she's naked. Because it's one of those types of clothing that looks like it can just like fall right off of your body if you're not careful about it. Anyway, I don't play Azure Lane, but I do know someone who does. And the costumes there are getting... Oof. They're getting... they're very controversial, I should say. It's very... No. It must be very tight so the dress won't fall off. Except the dress is not tight. It's very loose. It's very loose, so it will fall off. This needs a 3D shape. Also, you know, there are dresses that also leave little to the imagination, and they are bodycon too. I mean, it's not just dresses that do that. It's lots of clothes that do that. But in terms of fantasy, I think plug suits is the first that comes to mind. So I'm just thinking about Evangelion. Yes, and who else wears plug suits? I guess Gundam characters wear them. Love does too. Oops, hit my microphone. Women's dresses are confusing you sometimes. Hey, I'm a woman too, and they also confuse me. Like, I've seen actual jumpers. Wait. Yeah, jumpers. I know in Europe, jumper means what essentially is a sweater to us, but I'm talking about the one jumpers that are pants for Americans. So these are pants that... no, wait. Actually, I'm thinking about the wrong thing. It's called a romper. That's what I'm thinking about, a romper. So they're pants that go over your shoulder as straps. And, like, I would never wear such a thing because when you think about it, you have to essentially take the whole thing off just to use the bathroom. So I'm just like, rompers make no sense to me. They make sense, I suppose, if you're a child and your mother dresses you that way, but as an adult, rompers make no sense. You read a lot of medieval comics, but 70% of the comic made the female the most noticeably safe armor. Like, no. I said romper, but it's not spelled that way. Yes, it is like that, but they're fashionable. It's spelled romper. Yeah, that's what I mean. I know, the thing is, here in America, a romper and a jumper are the same thing. But I know in Europe, a jumper is what a sweater is to us. which is also known as a pullover. We have different types of names for everything. I know pants in the UK is underwear in the United States, but pants is to us as what trousers is to yeah, to everyone else. I don't know why things are like that, but at least I can understand to the best of my ability. And it's something I have to consider when I'm shopping from other countries. I have to consider the language that they use. You meant to write noticeably not safe armor, but not noticeably safe armor. Oh, most noticeably not safe armor. Oh, okay. Okay. So, you mean, fan service armor? Is that what you mean? Because I know, like, historically there has been ceremonial, armor, to which, this is armor just worn parties, they're not for battle. And for some reason, people in the modern day think that those are one and the same. And then there's fan service armor, which are just, you know, as is. Which is fine, I don't care. I mean, it's fiction, who cares? Just let people have their fun. And the reason why I don't care about fan service armor for women is because oftentimes there have been men who go out with no armor. In fact, there have been historic battles where men have gone out completely naked with just their weapons into a fight. So, literally, who cares? If you come out alive, then that's what all that matters, right? Where it goes around not protecting some part of the body. Yeah, like their midriff. But the thing is, like, a wound to the stomach is actually not that fatal. It's not as fatal as people think they are, unless the person stabs and twists, or they stab and slash. But I still don't think it's not as bad as people think. I should, I got this style of folding as a name, but you care a lot. It just makes me want to jump like a kangaroo, since it's not really into my type of favorite comic, but to the point where I hate the author. I have that type of enthusiasm for fictional women's safety is pretty amusing. I mean, here I'm drawing a character, Eunectus, who wears no armor. She goes into combat with just her axe and her shield. And she's like one of the strongest characters in the game. So like, does it actually matter? No point in hating someone if you can go affect this. Ah. I don't know. Hate is a really strong emotion. And to hate someone is to give them a lot of your energy. And I'd just rather not do that. I'd rather not have weirdos living rent-free in my head. So that's my take on that. You like strong women in comics every time you see a weak woman there, or she's like just a person. I regret my life learning English. No! Being a burden. Oh, hey, you found your charger. Nice. Well, you know what? I don't wonder if I should make the edges rip, considering this is your necklace. Necklace. He does have a lot of torn clothing. Even the character's designer drew her dress wears it under her. Well, that makes sense. Okay, no, I won't tear it. It's fine. There's 2 Dobermans now. This is getting ridiculous. Now there's 2 of them. This is a bit too much. I think I may have overcomplicated her train here. Hello, child. Hello, father. Would you like to eat 18 sardines? I'm sure, father, that would be delicious. Good. Very well. Why are you thinking of sardines? Oh my gosh. I have a person talking to himself. What a world. Much better. Okay, it's two different persons. Okay. Not okay. Not okay with this. I don't like it. Everything is weird. Clothing, lots of straight lines, lots of curves. Lots of layering too. Ow. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. Not okay for me. I don't like it. Maybe I like it a little bit. As long as you're having fun, I suppose. Not used to this new schedule yet, but I'll have to be because instead of lunch I have to worry about dinner time. Which I don't think will take too long today. I've already prepared something in advance. It's a matter of heating it up or not. Well, actually, let me do that. There we go. Shape. Doberman 2 will left now by father. Is this to charge your phone? Is this why you're doing this? think there needs to be some stretch from other parts of the cloth. So let's see. You charge your phone, you have your laptop, you have I can literally act like a different person with my other account and have a chat together. I mean, yeah, but do you want to do that? It's something you want to do? Right. Good. All those. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Let's do some shenanigans here. Her hair is not that. Yeah, I'm still doodling, even though I have like 5 minutes left. Something I want to do first, and that's her hair. Actually, do something a little weird. I'm gonna duplicate this layer. That way I can edit this layer without ruining the screw up. Back of her head. See that? That was one. Is the hair long or short? Well, the thing is, the character's hair is short. It only goes to the very bottom of her neck. But I'm looking at another picture that the creator of this character, where she drew her in a elegant dress, but her hair is not only long, but they're in pigtails. So that was a design choice for, I think this was a celebratory thing. So I don't view it as canon, to say the least, because it's basically the creator and all the characters she made for Arknights. The artist's name is Leduc, and he created for Arknights Helliger, Inez, W, Schwartz, Eunectus, and Lynn. Uh, and all these characters are considered the most beautiful in the game because they're very elegant in their design and in their I don't know, they're just very appealing. And W is the most surprising because she's the most grunge of the character in terms of her own style, and yet because of the meta, she's the most desirable. So, originally Eunectus' hair is like this, but the artist drew her hair and this other one as long pigtails that go up to here. But I'm not going to draw her hair that long because that's not what I'm going for. I just want to keep the original character's hairstyle. I'm also trying to make a habit, since I'm digitally painting, of working in the same layer except to duplicate the major changes I want to do. So what I just did was duplicate the original layer and did some erasing, then do some more work on the copy. Because I'm sick and tired of getting stuck on a layer that I just messed up, only to like not be able to save it. Sometimes long hair is not a good choice. Yeah, that's true. While hair length is a choice, hair length for a fictional character does speak a lot about them. In terms of Eunectus here, she's an engineer, so having long hair doesn't make sense for her, as it will get in the way of her work. So it makes sense for her to keep her hair short. But if she was not that type of person, she would essentially let her hair grow out, because she's pretty laid back when she wants to be. But when she wants to do something, she's really like entranced by the passion of it. Sometimes short, sometimes long for your own characters. Yeah, exactly. But in a way, if you're creating your own characters, you kind of want to give them a story. Sometimes it does help to give them a story as to why they would want to do that. But just experimenting is just also just good to know. Go back. There is something to change. Another copy and paste. I'm gonna make her shoulders. I know she's an engineer and such, but she's not really a muscular person. Which is funny considering what she can do, but she's a strong character. She doesn't look strong. I'm gonna tone down these shoulders. know it's 6 o'clock, but I'm gonna go just a little bit longer. I'll make some corrections. Mine's like really dark. If you're wondering what this shape is here, this is her scapula. I just want to make sure that it's in there so I remember it. I want to remember these shapes for when I have to do the rendering, which is the shadow placement. I know, like, there's one thing I know about the muscles is that the latissimus goes this way. Connects to the shoulders, but it goes over the scapula. That's a muscle placement right there. The backstory is just not. It's just none. It's going to be traumatized. Why are people drawing traumatized characters? You don't just give a character a backstory since you know it's going to be painfully sad. I can't make it happy life, little life, no matter what. Sad means happiness. But you do make simple information like age, weight, nationality, etc. I mean, I guess I understand why you want to make your character tragic, because they're the most interesting. I think that's one of the main reasons why I started reading Mistborn, because the main character does have a tragic past, and that what makes her interesting. But what makes her interesting is what she does based on her decisions. That makes her more interesting. So, to have a tragic past and just to learn nothing from it just makes you a stagnant character. And that makes you completely uninteresting. I'm just taking a look at my work. I think I want to give her gloves. So maybe I should make a note of that to myself. Stylus, I just put it down. Maybe I'm gonna like just draw a circle, a line here, just to tell myself, hey, you're putting gloves on this person. I'm also gonna make that also, in a way, come right off as well. There we go. Were you planning like ending the live after finishing the drawing? That's rude. Oh no. I'm done for now. But she's not finished, so I'm going to continue this tomorrow. I just want to essentially finish establishing what I was trying to do here. The pose had to be done offline because that took the longest to do, and then I had to adjust it to fit the character. But what did I want to do online was to essentially dress her and just fix some things about the body. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can put in the shadow mapping, and then I can essentially put in some mock colors. I don't know if mock is the right term, but just a simple palette just to tell me where everything goes and then just to move on into the final product. Yes, this was essentially the first stage of the sketch, just getting all the information down. And then I'm going to continue it a little bit online, a little bit offline, because right now I really want to prioritize my classes. Uh, I did some of my lesson today, and this is a practical study, but I want to continue my lessons tomorrow and then hop right back into this. You hope tomorrow you'll be available. Yeah, don't skip school again, for my sake. Go to school. Alright, with that being said, thanks for joining me for this new strange schedule. I'm definitely gonna get used to it. I hope you guys will get used to it as well. So, see you again next time. Until we meet again, stay safe and take care.